have to go without a mask, but we'll be far enough away, and I promise not to spit on anybody. So I'll post recordings of every class that we do together. So if for some reason you aren't here, if you're away there aren't many athletics. There are no athletics running right now. There are a couple clubs that are going. I know the fishing team is going to be out. But we'll post the videos for you to catch up on. We are going to select teams soon. Probably Friday. So get you started on those. And Daniel, we're going to put you on a team. And you're just going to have to work with, via distance with the rest of your teammates. So where are you located right now?
Tel Aviv.
In Tel Aviv. Okay. What a crazy world we're in.
Yeah, right.
We got about 2 minutes. I see Christina's come in, and Nincha and Ethan. You're allowed to turn on your video, guys. Hi. I like seeing your faces. We have several students that are quarantined who are in this class because they've been traveling internationally. In another class I actually have a student who has been sick and is in recovery and can't come out for another till not Friday, the following Monday. So Dr. Knight's family was exposed. They think their youngest son, they took him to school Monday and he tested with a fever. And so she's stuck at home quarantined right now until they get the test back on that. So again, crazy times we live in. Do what now?
She was at the registration confirmation yesterday. I was working at it. It scares me.
She was home yesterday. She didn't come into work yesterday.
The day before.
The day before. Yes, the day before she was here. I know, I was in the office too. I'm going, so, but yeah, you know, you can't live in fear on this stuff. The concept of pestilence has been around since pre-biblical times. Really has. And so it's only been in the last, since about 1960, that we have come to live and expect to have no pandemics. Polio was the big thing in the 50s. And that was pretty scary. Not only would it kill you as a young person, it could cripple you for life. Make you have to live on a ventilator for the rest of your life. So there are a whole bunch of those. Vaccinations you get, other ways that we've avoided those pandemics, from cholera to yellow fever to even the common flu. So okay, so I'm going to say let's go ahead and say we're going to call this and say we're going to start class. So just make sure I got the numbers. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's probably right. So I'm Phil Bailey. I've been at Carson Newman. This is my 6th year. As an undergraduate, I went to a little school called the Citadel in South Carolina, played sports there, was a miserable undergrad, just not a happy camper. Chose my grades before I even started classes and said, okay, I need a C in this class, that's all I'm going to get. And I did that all the way through school. Got to my junior year, I was playing football. I had labs that started at 1 p.m. and went to 5 p.m. and the coach calls me in and says, you're going to have to choose between football and chemistry. And I said, yes, sir. And I turned in my pads. It wasn't what he was expecting. So in my junior year, I gave up ball playing and focused, because I knew I wasn't going pro in football, but I was going in chemistry. I did that for over 25 years. Did research, have a couple patents, 4 patents, in chemistry related fields. Started my own company, sold my company after about 3 years. And part of the agreement in selling my company was I had to get out of the business, which means out of chemistry. I took my hobby, which was computers, and I've been doing computers since the PC was introduced, because it was introduced the year that I graduated from college. That tells you how old I am. And I taught myself to program. I taught myself just pretty much all the basics related to that. I started consulting. I became director of IT at King University. I was there for 8 years, and I got my master's. I said, you know, I'm a far better graduate student than I was as an undergrad. Far better. I liked it a lot more. And so I got my master's, and I got the end of that, and I said, I was out for about 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I said, you know, I think I'm going to go back to school. I miss going to school every day. And I started my doctorate, and it took me longer than I anticipated. That dissertation took a long time to write. But I finished it in April, finally, graduated. So this is the first September I haven't been in school in a long time, since 11. So kind of gives you an idea. You go, that's nothing. It's been like 2007 for you guys, right? So it's not the same. You're running a job, and you're going to school, and you got a family going on. For that reason, I tell you to go get your master's degree while you're young. Go do it quickly. And you don't have to be young to do it, but you get the most benefit. It makes, in your careers, it'll make a difference of about $1 million in pay over your lifetime. So you pay $15,000, $20,000 for a master's degree. So how many are management and marketing in here? Accounting? Econ, finance? So I got mostly accounting people in here. So you guys need to go get your Macs. And I assume you're going to work on your CPAs. So some of you, most of you graduating don't need the hours from our program. I have some students coming from other universities that need the hours, and will come in and do the MBA classes in order to do that and go from there. If you plan to run your own accounting firm, you need an MBA. But I'll stress the importance of getting that master's degree and getting it quickly. It's only 10 courses, usually. Most master's programs are 10 courses. You do 3 at a time, generally. So it's 3 semesters at Carson-Newman. I've known other institutions that do 5 courses per semester. It just depends, but that's how we handle it. So 408 is, how many have heard rumors about 408? No? No rumors? I'm disappointed. I expected to have my reputation to precede me. This is a pretty stressful class. It's designed to be stressful. It's supposed to mimic you taking your first job, in the sense that you're going to be working in a small team environment with lots of responsibility, seemingly impossible deadlines, and a lot to get done and no time to do it in. That's what this is about. I get to grade you very little in this class. Most of your product is graded by the VC capitalists who will come in. There'll be 3 of them, maybe 4, who will come in and do the VC fair with us. And that schedule is up in Module 1 in the syllabus online, if you take a look at it. they will deliver most of your grade. They give you a grade on the presentation that you make. They give you a grade on the business plan you put together, and they give you a grade on. They give you money to use in the coming quarters. Without enough money, it makes it difficult to do what you need to do, which means the simulation grades you. So in my role here, I'm pretty much a coach. I will grade you when you're briefing me, and we'll probably do most of those online. They're very stressful. How many of you have ever done an oral exam? Easier or harder? Orals are always harder. Always harder. And when you go into a business meeting, you're going to find that the demands are very high on your depth of knowledge, knowing when to talk, when not to, and how to be prepared for the meeting. And we'll get you there. By the time you finish this class, you'll be prepared you'll know what you have to do in order to get prepared to go to any department meeting or group meeting that you've got related to business. It's not like what you've done here at Carson Newman. This class was engineered partly out of my experience, Mrs. McCammon's experience, and Dr. Chen. Most of you probably don't remember Dr. Chen. He left before you guys were freshmen, I think. There is an online component for it. You've already paid for it in student fees. I will send you a key for it. You'll be able to log in. You'll need to take the calendar that's on the website and follow that pretty strictly. I will. There's not much forgiveness in it. You need to start thinking about what job you would like to have in the teams. They're going to be, looks like 4-person teams. The teams will be a vice president of sales, marketing, operations. I'm missing one. Maybe HR. So that's, I need to see it up. Yeah, we can put up to 6 people on a team, but we don't like to do that if we can avoid it. So you're going to be taking on multiple roles. You'll rotate the presidency job, which is more like a chairman's job, each quarter. A quarter is determined by the calendar. Some quarters are very short, like first quarter when you're forming the company. I think it's only like about 5 days. But fourth quarter is 2 months. And you're going to be working on your presentation, you're going to be working on your business plan, we're going to be reviewing that, I'll be critiquing it. There's no easy way to do this, to get what I want you to get out of this. You're going to use all the skills that you've had, that you've learned. There's an accounting function, so if somebody's good at accounting, let them do that accounting and finance job. If you got somebody that's done marketing or operations, let them do it. That'll help you as a team. But you have to come up with everything from team governance, how you're going to make decisions. By the time you get to the last quarter, you're going to be making somewhere in the nature of 600 decisions, maybe a little bit more than that, based on how you're running the company. And if you're sitting there and voting on every one of them, that gets to be hard to do. But it also requires you to trust the person that's saying, yeah, this is what we ought to do, and you need to have discussions about learning how to distinguish what are big decisions and what are small decisions. I'll also be prepping you for interviews. We'll have other people in. We're going to talk about social media, cleaning up your social media and getting it ready. How many of you have a LinkedIn account? If you don't have one already, go ahead and set one up because you're going to have to actually turn it in. You're going to have business attire. That's a suit for young men. And for young ladies, it's the appropriate apparel, usually dark colored clothing, white blouse or something along those lines. It's not evening wear. It's not what you would wear going out. It is, it's more formal than that. It doesn't have to be super expensive, but it has to look nice. Get you ready for it. We're going to work on your resume. You've been working on your resume since you've been at Carson Newman. We're going to talk about how to improve that. Your LinkedIn account ties to your resume. As a matter of fact, when I interview a person for a job, and I do a lot of this now, the first thing I do is take the resume and go and compare it to their LinkedIn account. Why would I do that?
Make sure the information's correct.
Yeah, so how does LinkedIn help you do that? People will say things in or exaggerate things in a single copy document that's going to someplace as opposed to what's published out on the web. So, I had a job application from a professor who wanted to teach as an adjunct for us in the MBA program. And my son was actually in college at West Point at the time. And she said she got a master's degree from West Point. And I go, no, you didn't. And I went and checked, and on her LinkedIn account, it didn't say that. But on her resume, it did. West Point doesn't offer master's degrees. They go through other universities, and so I wouldn't have known that if my son hadn't been going, but people begin to check, and so I started using it all the time to check and compare what's written. And on her LinkedIn account, it didn't say that she got it. She got it from a local community college down the road from West Point. And you got the degree, leave it alone. It's all you need. It's a checkbox, particularly the master's degree. It's a checkbox. You get paid more money for having the master's degree generally. Getting a master's degree doesn't guarantee you a promotion. Usually it means you got to leave the job you're in and go get another job. There's an attendance function on Module 1. Should be in Module 1. Anybody into Module 1 right now? In Canvas? I want you to go in and complete the discussion that's in there for Module 1. It's just an introduction, and I'm using that to take attendance. That attendance, you record that. I report you to the registrar as being present in the course, and you're charged for the course. You may want to wait until after you talk to Dr. Knight. Okay, so I need that done by Friday. If we have to go online, they'll tell us, and the next day we'll be online. I don't see anything that we have to change. I have a studio at home, and we'll just do it from there. This class can easily go into it. I've always thought this should be a hybrid class anyway. Okay. Questions? There'll be weeks that we won't meet as a class. I mean, especially when we get into quarter 4. We may have one class, and then we'll go a week and a half, and 2 weeks, and then we'll have another class. So, but we will be meeting. I'll be meeting with your individual teams. So it's not like you're not working on stuff and you're not doing what's needed, but there's a lot of work involved. Most students report that they've never had a class quite like this one for the volume of work that you have to do. The teammates will make you mad. Your teammates will make your life hard. Your teammates may become some of your best friends. I've had groups that have come back, and they'll come back to campus periodically as a group, and they didn't know each other before they got in this class, but they become fast friends and kept up with each other because they had to meet all the time as a group during the end of their senior year, and after they got through the stress part of it, they actually became good friends, and so they keep up with it. Some of them never want to talk to them anymore, so it really depends. You can be fired from your job. If you get fired from this job, you will fail the class. What does that mean if you fail this class? Don't graduate. So in 5 years, I've had one student get fired from a team. I had one 2 years ago that almost got fired. And he's just being stupid. Just couldn't control his mouth. People dynamics is a big deal. And we're going to talk more about that. There's going to be a couple of sessions on it. We'll go from there. Today's class is actually pretty short for that reason. I want to get us introduced. You have the Canvas version up and going. I'm prepared to take us online at any notice when they tell us. How many think we're going to make it through the whole semester? But if you had to put a dollar on it, who would put a dollar on it?
We're supposed to go online after Thanksgiving anyway, aren't we?
Yeah, but there's only three classes left after Thanksgiving. Oh, actually 2 classes left after Thanksgiving.
So before that, yeah, probably.
Yeah, do you think we're going to be on ground? We'll make it.
About halfway, maybe a little more.
I heard today that Auburn is getting ready to close. UNC Chapel Hill went out 2 days ago, and they all have just an outbreak. My daughter lives near Auburn, and they had an outbreak in the sorority dorm in one sorority, and it quarantined the entire dorm. So that's like 400 girls in this particular one. So, yep. So it's just a matter of, I think it's a matter of time. I hope it doesn't. I really enjoy coming and seeing you face to face. So it's just hard to do.
What's going to make this go online? How many cases?
Oh, I don't know that answer. I'm in production. I don't do management here. It's like controlling the weather. I'm in sales. I teach and preach, but I don't control the weather. That's up to higher management. So
the soccer team's already quarantined now. The women's soccer team. So.
yeah,
Huh?
Men's and women.
Women.
women's soccer teams. Can you guys hear them asking questions through the microphone?
No, I can't, please.
I'm going to try a different setting. Hang on a second. Somebody say something from out there.
Yeah, I have a question.
Say it louder.
You said on Module 1 that there was a discussion.
Yeah.
Can you hear it? You're not seeing it? Okay, it means I need to turn it on. I've created it and I just haven't turned it on.
I see.
I'll turn it on today. I didn't want anybody complete. I guess I was thinking I didn't want anybody to complete it until after we've had the first class. So I'll go in and turn it on for them.
There's the Lincoln, poster team, and current resume. Those are the only 3 that are on Module 1.
Okay, all right. And so you can see, you can get to the syllabus and you can get to the course. See if you can open the syllabus. The other class said they couldn't open the syllabus.
Yeah, very good.
You've opened it? How about the,
And the calendar.
and the calendar? You can open both of those?
Yeah, but
Okay,
There's the calendar.
good. It's an Excel
Yeah.
sheet, yeah, okay. All right. Good. Questions? Okay, guys. Stay safe, all right? And I'll see you guys on Friday.
If we make it to the next Friday, I'll be surprised.
We actually have to have the cases on campus, not exposures, before they're going to consider them a problem. So,
I mean, I just know too, the soccer girls did test positive, and that's why the whole team had to quarantine.
yeah, yeah.
So how is picking teams gonna go? Are we just like together?
Yeah, I want you to bring your resumes to class, or prepare to bring your resumes to class. No, we're going to submit them online. In Module 1, I want you to I'll put in for you to upload your resume. And that resume is to be able to be viewed by all your classmates as we're going through this. But we'll talk more about that. You won't have to submit that until next week. Okay? So be getting your resume together.
Friday business attire or Friday just, okay, just making sure.
Yeah, you won't have to do business attire until end of the first quarter on the calendar. You have to meet with me in first quarter, and then when we have those meetings, you have to be in business attire. All right? I will see you guys Friday.